Now, what do you think of the cabinet picks? Lori Chavez-DeRemer is, I'm not happy with her, and
Yeah.
I've spoken in print and otherwise concerning that. But what is your opinion of why her, should she be confirmed, what her role will be, whether
Yeah,
she'll
well, we're
align?
very concerned about it, Jennifer. I mean, she was one of 3 Republicans that co-sponsored the PRO Act in the last Congress. She was
Hmm.
one of 8 Republicans that co-sponsored a bill that would have federally mandated the unionization of government employees across the country. Federal mandates would have said, you states, you localities must bargain with unions over certain conditions of employment. She was one of, I think, again, 8 Republicans who co-sponsored a bill to unionize TSA employees who specifically were exempted from unionization because they're involved in national security activities. So her resume is not great. We did learn some things over the weekend that indicate that she has indicated, excuse me, that a Trump spokesman said that she and the president are on board, that the president thinks the PRO Act is unworkable. And so she's kind of changed her position on that.
Hmm.
But Jennifer, the things they say before they get elected are the
Right.
things you need to hold them accountable to. So we'll see. The good news is we got word that the President Trump, or President-elect Trump now, I guess if this adds before Monday, he will be
Yeah.
president-elect still, be president then. But his number 2 deputy Secretary of Labor, a guy by the name of Keith Sonderling, has a good resume. He's been in the Labor Department before, at the Wage and Hour Division and a few other places. People that I've talked to today, in fact, just got off a phone call right before we got on here with a friend who had worked at DOL, says Keith is a solid guy and understands the issues very, very well. So I think DeRemer's view about giving union officials more power is something that she carries with her philosophically. I said her father was a Teamster. She got 19 unions to endorse her in a congressional campaign, which,
Yeah.
interestingly enough, she lost.
Right.
So we're concerned about it. We'll keep our eye on it. The one thing that I do know is that while she's got that independent contractor rule in front of her, because the Department of Labor did redefine that, that will be something we'll be watching. The registered apprenticeship programs, those registered apprenticeship programs where the DOL spends lots of money, sends it out across the country, primarily goes to union apprenticeship programs.
Yep.
We'll be keeping our eye on that. I think Trump understands the issue. I hope he does. I think the rest of his cabinet that we've seen kind of understands the issues. A lot of these people are coming in, they've never had agency experience. So when they butt heads with the union official over official time, over all these issues that relate to how they can run their agencies, I think that'll be kind of an eye-opening experience for them. We're going to keep our eye on it. We're going to keep testing. I think she's going to make it through, because I suspect when Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders say they support her, she may get all the Democrat votes. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely all the Democrat votes. And what saddens me is that Republicans who were very much vociferous in their lack of support for Julie Sue are just wrapping arms around her and saying, "Oh, we just have to get in Trump's nominees." And it's like, she's Julie Sue 2.0. What? I don't understand this.
Yeah, well, it's politics. And, the fact that Elon Musk is out there saying that anyone who doesn't support the Trump's agenda is going to get a primary opponent. It's politics, Jennifer. You've been around it long enough to know what it's all about. We'll keep track of it. And I think that something that's going to frustrate both Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, and President Trump, and he knows this from his first 4 years, is the power of the federal government unions to thwart what they're going to try to do. And
Yeah.
he'll see that all over the place. And, there's a couple places. You think about the IRS. I mean, the IRS has one of the most aggressive unions in the country, the National Treasury Employees Union. How in the world can a union that's got a political action committee, that's got a very aggressive lobbying campaign, be in charge and be involved with literally record tax records for 140 million Americans?
Exactly.
I mean, they don't belong there. And
No.
hopefully Trump and his Treasury Secretary will understand that and say, you know what, we need to do something about it. They're going to get fought hammer and tong by union officials. But there are some places, look, you and I agree, like Franklin Roosevelt agreed, that there's no place for forced unionization for government employees. It's not the same. He understood it in 1937. We've seen the implications of it from 1959 in Wisconsin and in New York City, all the way to now, where several states who have endorsed it in the biggest way are on the edge, the financial edge of default because of the union demands, the union pensions, all those things that, that make quote unquote unions part and parcel of our public policy process. You know, it's interesting, Jennifer. Here's a trivia question for you. Based on the preposition that unions protect you and make safe workplaces, what's the most dangerous place to work in America today?
I would think a union shop.
Government. No, 37% of, you know, they're saying we got to have a safe work environment. We got to have dignity at work.
Wow.
You know, this all apparently the government sector is the most dangerous place in America to work because, you know, you got to have unions there. I don't get it. And we believe that government employees should have the right to join unions and they should be able to advocate for their positions. But the government should no way ever be forced to negotiate with a private organization over the taxpayer money. I mean, to put these union officials between elected officials and citizens is the wrong thing. Most people know it. Most people have seen the implications and the results of it. And hopefully there might be a move to change some of that as we get into this next administration.